Welcome to Let's Talk Business Phoenix, the Greater Phoenix Chambers podcast. I'm your host, Todd Sanders, President and CEO of the Greater Phoenix Chamber. Each week, we tackle key issues affecting businesses, the community, and state, aiming to drive growth and overcome challenges while uniting community leaders to move Phoenix forward.
Let's Talk Business Phoenix was produced in partnership with Ideas Collide, an agency offering a full suite of custom marketing solutions for your brand's unique challenges. Make a connection at ideascollide.com.
Well, welcome back to the podcast. We have a very special guest today, Jill Buschbacher, who is the Director of Workforce Innovation at the Greater Phoenix Chamber Foundation. Jill, welcome back.
Thank you so much.
It's good to see you, my friend.
Great to see you as well.
For those who maybe hadn't seen the last episode or who haven't met you, tell us a little bit about you and the work that you do at the foundation.
So I'm thrilled to be with the foundation and be the Director of Workforce Innovation. We have a mighty but small team that works on talent solutions with our employers, and we'll get into that a little bit more as we talk further today. But my background is in economic and workforce development in the Valley over the last 20 years, and I'm just thrilled to be a part of the foundation and be back in workforce development full time.
Well, we're thrilled to have you, and thanks for being here today. I think one of the questions that I hear all the time when I'm out and about is, what's happening with Arizona's job market? Talk to us a little bit about the job market.
Absolutely. Well, we're very fortunate in Arizona. We tend to lead the pack or be very successful compared to some of the states and regions around us. But we, constantly, as you know, have a large an influx of folks coming into our state all the time. And we have a low unemployment rate at only 3.8%. So we're very pleased to be able to say that. And it kind of hovers around about what it is nationally. Sometimes we're a little bit below, a little bit above. But anytime you're under about 4%, you're in pretty good shape. The other thing about the Arizona economy is that we have a lot of growth projected, primarily in construction, education and health services, and in hospitality in the short term. And then in the longer term, those plus professional and business services and trade and transportation. So if you look at kind of the trends, we're in really good shape nationally and regionally amongst the other states that surround us. And we're very fortunate to have an influx of talent all the time. That said, though, it is a low unemployment rate, so employers do struggle a little bit with finding enough talent.
So if you travel outside of Arizona, like I've done recently, what people first want to talk about is TSMC and semiconductors. Talk to us about that industry and what that's meant for our economy and the job market.
Well, it's the largest foreign direct investment in our state, really the largest investment in our history. So it's tremendous opportunity for Arizona. Very high quality jobs. Manufacturing also brings in outside wealth. So it's really kind of an economic developer's dream to get those kinds of jobs. And it's a dream for our state, and we're very fortunate to have that growth here in Arizona. It's a challenge as well because, continually preparing and providing the right workforce.
And so, thinking about that center of gravity and other companies that are supplying the TSMCs of the world, what does that mean for Arizonans in particular in terms of opportunity?
So the kinds of jobs that they could obtain from that, there's such a good variety. And like you said, because there's suppliers, it's not just TSMC itself, it's all the surrounding impacts of the suppliers that have moved here because TSMC is here. And then, there's retail and there's construction, and it just goes on and on and on. It's such a great opportunity for our state, and it's probably a once in a generation kind of opportunity.
It's amazing, and it keeps getting better.
Right. And in fact, if you think about some of the jobs that'll come out of this, some of the most interesting ones that maybe people don't think of are like the technicians that have to maintain and work on the high-tech equipment that's used in the semiconductor manufacturing, or the folks that, run the actual facilities, because there are enormous buildings that need HVAC techs and all kinds of maintenance folks. And those are great paid jobs too.
Absolutely. So I want to talk a little bit about Connect Work AZ as it relates to our overall strategy. You lead Connect Work AZ. Maybe talk a little bit about what it is and why we're doing it.
Great. It's an initiative to help unemployed and underemployed folks get onto a career track and really get them on, a path of stable employment to help sustain them and their families. And currently we work with healthcare and financial services companies, but over time we'll expand it into other industries. And we're very excited to say that we recently even just added BMO Harris as one of our partners. But it's been a really fun and interesting initiative to bring off the ground. And we started it in May of 2023, and we've placed about 122 folks so far.
Any success stories that you can highlight for us in terms of some of the work we've done with folks in the community?
Absolutely. Carmen came to us and she was looking to make a career change. She had been a teacher, actually, and she was interested in financial services. And she had kind of knocked on that door a few times herself and really hadn't had much success. And that's kind of the magic of the program. We helped her get in and get a foot in the door. And, some of these folks maybe just aren't otherwise considered by the employer. And she's been there over a year now. She's had a lot of professional development. She loves the work. She loves the culture. And we're just so pleased that we were able to help her get on that path. And she's making more than she's ever made in her career.
That's tremendous. Well, so clearly some benefits for job seekers. What about employers?
For employers, we become an extension of their recruitment team. We build these tried and true relationships with their recruiters and their hiring managers. We really get to know their culture and understand what they're looking for and their process. And we hone in on the positions we can most assist them with. We don't help them with everything. We help them with specific positions where we know we can be of value.
And community-based organizations are also a part of the formula. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Absolutely. We're not a training program. We're not a traditional workforce development agency. We do a lot of great things in the community and work with candidates. We vet and coach and prepare them and refer them and work with employers, but we don't do training, or we don't do what you would call wraparound services. So that's where we rely on our partners. And they also can sometimes refer some of our best candidates. For example, Fresh Start Women's Foundation recently referred a candidate to us, and she just started last week at Honor Health. And we're very excited for her. Honestly, she had been formerly homeless. And so it makes a big impact for her and her children to have a full-time job now with benefits at a great employer that really cares about her success.
Absolutely. And they're an amazing partner. So when you think about, starting something from the ground up, which you did, you started Connect to Work AZ really from the ground up. What have been some of the biggest challenges with doing this?
Well, it's a new program and it's a kind of a different animal. It's not a staffing service. It's not a traditional workforce development program. And so it's been a little bit hard to help educate folks in the community to understand, well, what is it and why do I want to be part of it and how can I benefit from it? I'm so pleased that we've built some momentum and had some great success, and I'm excited to see where we're going to go next.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, where do you see the expansion opportunities for Connect to Work?
So our plan over the next 5 years is to place 1,500 folks over the next 5 years, to probably double or so about the number of employers that we work with, and really just make a much bigger impact in the community. Also to expand into various industries. So we know that, manufacturing, technology, construction, those are all areas where we feel like we can make a difference. So we've got lots of fun and interesting opportunities ahead of us.
Well, and before we move on from Connect to Work AZ, if there's an employer that's listening right now that would like to be involved, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
They can contact me at my email address. They can find me on our website at the Greater Phoenix Chamber Foundation's website. And they're welcome to, give me a call, send me an email. I'm very glad to talk to them, and I'd be thrilled to have them be a part of the program.
And I'm assuming the same thing goes for job seekers if they're looking to engage.
The best way for them to engage with us is at connecttoworkaz.com. They're welcome to search me out as well. And the job board there has all of our opportunities at any given time. So we have
people can search in real time.
Yeah, they can look at the opportunities and they can apply with us, and our recruiters are glad to talk with them, or I'm glad to speak with them if they have questions.
Well, I encourage those folks out there that are interested to do just that. We'd certainly love to talk to you. But the foundation also does other work outside of Connect to Work AZ. You have a series of workforce collaboratives in different industry areas. Talk to us a little bit about that and what's happening today to address challenges in workforce.
Absolutely. So our workforce collaboratives really are designed to bring industry leaders together to address talent solutions. And they've been around in one form or another for, I think, about the last 8 years. Our healthcare collaborative is our most active one. Some of the things they're doing are just amazing. Right now, they're working on a joint talent attraction campaign. We're going to be launching in probably early summer, a website to attract actually out-of-state talent to healthcare jobs. We have a healthcare ecosystem, and we need folks to know that. We don't just have, Mayo and Honor Health and Dignity. We have all kinds of employers in the healthcare sector, and we're so thrilled to be able, to spread the word out into the larger communities and across the country.
And I think this is the first we've done, but the first time we've actually looked at an attraction campaign for workforce out of Arizona. Is that correct?
I believe so. And then the other thing that the collaboratives are doing is we just finished up an externship program for IT and cybersecurity. And that's kind of a fun program that we've been able to do the last 4 years that makes an impact. We bring in about 20 externs, and they participate in a 2-week program where they get to interact with coaches and mentors and industry professionals and learn about all the opportunities in those industries. And they get to do kind of a fun, interesting project as well in small teams. It's really a neat and rewarding experience for them, and they build connections that they can take with them well into their careers.
Well, and it seems like, the work that evolves. And I remember when we first started this, it was 1 or 2. Now we're expanding into, I think, 5 or 6 of these collaboratives, and probably we'll be adding some more on. So it's really a dynamic process where employers can really get involved and really kind of find boutique solutions to some of these industry problems. Is that correct?
Absolutely. We're glad to work with a variety of industries. Like I said, our most active ones have been IT and cybersecurity and healthcare. The other thing we're doing in healthcare, I just might add, that I think is really exciting, is we're helping to launch a new program at EVIT because we got the employers to talk with the educators and with the state, and we're helping to get some curriculum passed that will allow for a central sterile processing program to be stood up. And that's kind of a mouthful, I know, but those are the folks that keep instruments safe and clean in our operating rooms. And they're
kind
in
of
high demand. Yeah, they're in high demand.
So I think probably the biggest event we do for the foundation each year is a workforce summit. Talk to us a little bit about that event and how employers or those that are interested in the community can participate.
Absolutely. We have around 200 folks at that event every year. And it's really for employers, it's for workforce development professionals, it's for economic development professionals, it's for people that want to know what the lay of the land is right now in workforce development, what are some of the trends, and what do the experts have to say, what knowledge can they share. It's a great opportunity for networking as well, because it brings together so many of those great minds all in one place. And we've done that, I think, at the foundation every year.
I believe so.
For the last 9 years, if not longer, even before the start of the foundation. So it's been a great success, and it's really been fun to be a part of it.
Do we have a date and a location yet?
It will be in August. Stay tuned, and you'll find it on our website. Some other states have half of the growth that we have, so we're very lucky in that way. But to kind of keep and to kind of keep our talent happy, healthy, and here, I like to recommend to employers that they think about, sometimes they're not going to get everything on their wish list. They might get 8 out of 10, right, of all their wish lists for when they hire someone. But if they can do just a little bit of training, they could really, get some great employees that maybe they might not have considered before. It's still a tight labor market. So those are the kinds of things to think about. And that's also, continue to develop folks and create a welcoming, positive culture for your employees.
And I think you have to be sort of flexible and dynamic these days. I mean, we still have a tight job market. Is that correct?
Yes, we do.
So as far as I think we have Arizona Give Days coming up, and we want to make sure people know about that. I think you have some information on that?
So Arizona Gives Day is a day that you can give to charities in Arizona. And we would love it if you would consider Greater Phoenix Chamber Foundation. You can find more information at our website, and that's on April 1st. So it's on April Fool's Day, but it's as serious can be.
It is a serious day.
Serious as can be, yeah.
But have fun with it. Well, Jill, thank you for everything you're doing for Arizona and for being here. We're so proud to have you at the foundation, leading some of our most important work. Before we go, we're going to do a quick lightning round with you as well. I don't know if I asked you this last time, but we're going to ask you again. First job?
I worked in a sandwich shop.
Oh, okay. In Arizona?
No, it was in New Mexico.
Okay. And what'd you learn?
I learned how to work on a team.
Probably paying off today. All right. What is your pet peeve?
Oh gosh. What is my pet peeve? Bad communication.
Okay.
Even if it's bad news, I always prefer to know.
You want to know.
Good or bad, please tell me. I like good communication.
Okay. That's a good one. First concert.
Gosh. When I was a small kid, I think my dad took me to see Dizzy Gillespie.
There you go.
The famous trumpet player.
Yes. Well, that's a great first one. I've never heard that one. And you can wear that with a badge of honor. So, well, thank you again for joining us, for being such a good sport. And we'll love to have you back next year as we continue to look at Arizona's job market and how we're finding solutions for employers and for job seekers.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for watching this episode of Let's Talk Business Phoenix. Please take a moment to tap the follow or subscribe button for more great podcast episodes to help your business thrive.